is the one, the only Jersey Girl, and thank you guys so much for tuning in for this evening edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. I surely do appreciate you guys rocking with me, shall we say. I want to make sure that I have all of my comments up and moving around like they're supposed to be because I got to make sure I can see y'all and y'all can see me, okay? So let me make sure that y'all already know how this goes, and if you don't know, welcome to Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. This is the one, the only Jersey Girl. And baby, sometimes I'm an octopus. So with me being an octopus, I be moving and shaking and doing things like nobody's business. And so hold on, make sure that my volume is down, y'all. Okay. Make sure y'all can hear me, but also make sure I ain't and doing things like boom. Okay. There we go. All right. Just wanted to make sure that I was up and moving. Okay. I ain't want no problems. Look, I ain't want no problems. I ain't want no problems. So welcome to this evening's edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. And as you can see, what is scrolling across the bottom of your page is tonight's topic. Okay. Which is the relationship pillar of the Cozy Niche. And we are talking about Superwoman. We are on part 3. And she tied. Okay. And so we had already did part 1 with our amazing panel last week, the week before. And then last week, we definitely got more into the conversation. And so, of course, tonight we are going to go ahead and go with part 3. But of course, I want to make sure that we are doing what? Paying the bills. So I want you guys to see across the bottom of your screen of how you can be able to shop with the one, the only Jersey Girl, which of course is at jersey-girl-cozyniche.com, baby, where you can be able to pick up lovely items such as these. Okay. These are custom dual colored dominoes. Now, the Saints case is free. We don't charge you for the case. No. You don't get charged for the case. Okay. But you do have to pay for these dominoes. So let's see. Can you see? So you are able to find these beautiful dominoes on jersey-girl-cozyniche.com. And the name of these is called Who Dat Nation. So if you have a favorite NFL team, just know what the call out is. And then that way you can go ahead and get your very own set of custom dual color dominoes. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I'm about to tell you, I reached over 1,000 followers on TikTok. Booyah, baby. So that means I can go live, which I have. Okay. So I went live this morning. I went to bed with 875. I woke up to over 1,090. Boo. Yes. Look at God. Would you look at him go? Thank you. Okay, so able to go live, so it was amazing, and so I'm just excited. And so those that have went ahead and joined me over on TikTok, you have an opportunity to be able to win this custom set because it's the season, okay? And as well as this beautiful set as well. Okay, there will be so this is my beautiful African lady. You see her? Oh, she's pretty. She's a coaster. As well as these two. These are coasters that also dub as candle chargers. Okay, so you can put feet on them. Okay, little clear feet, and coaster, or you can leave it flat and then you just pop your candles down. Okay, so it is safe to use, all that good stuff. So there will be a blessing is what you have to say over on TikTok. You can't call it a drawing. There are certain words you can and can't say. So anyway, so that's what's going to happen over there. Okay, so you want to know what Jersey Girl is about, don't you? Home decor, DIY projects, relationships, personal growth, development, which means community, which means business, which means outreach opportunities. Okay. Developing your community, developing your business. Okay. Things that are going on around the world, that type of development. Okay. And crafts/cooking. Y'all know how this goes because I love to cook. Ow. All right. And I'm cooking the way I want to cook. So let's go ahead and bring it up. How can you be able to follow Jersey Girl? Wow. You know, I'm over here on Facebook. I'm also on, of course, YouTube, Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Come on. Okay. You can also follow me on Instagram and obviously on TikTok as well. So let's go ahead and get into our discussion tonight. Okay. Our discussion tonight is what we are continuing on talking about, which is that independent woman. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of music. Every woman It's all in me. We still get tired, and we can still put some dance moves to it. Mm-hmm. So y'all make sure that you are sharing the live, okay? Good evening, Miss Lynn Davidson. Hey, how you doing, darling? Uh-huh. Okay. I am every woman. But that can be exhausting. Okay. So come on, let's go ahead and jump on into the conversation that we were having last week. So we can go ahead and dive a little bit in more. Like I said, we are going to definitely be taking a look at who our very first role model was. For a lot of us whose mothers have raised us or grandmothers that have raised us, this is your very first point of contact. Okay. How did you view that relationship? How did you view your mother as a woman, as your mother, and as a wife? Because believe it or not, it did have an impact on you. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Coming from a large family, a lot of times families got a lot of input in what they have to say about you in dating. So, and what's going on with your life. A little bit too much sometimes coming from a large family. Do you guys feel that your families were supportive of your dating and marriage? And can you take a look within your family and be able to see certain patterns within your family? When it comes down to the way that you saw your mom or your dad, can you see that within your family?
I believe my children broke the cycle. That's what I always say. You know, I was proud that my daughter broke the cycle of that there was yelling in a household, you know, and that she sits there and talks to her children, and she's, you know, she wanted the opposite of hearing her parents always, you know. So, and then that to me is wonderful, you know. So hearing that, and I think my son also, where it takes him a long time to get mad, and then he gets really mad, you know. So it takes him a long time to get to that point. So I think those cycles have been broken, and I'm happy about, you know, that they wanted something a little bit healthier. You know, where I'm at now, where was I wasn't even close to that much, Juanies. I just was a fighter. So I was going to fight you all the way on everything. Darryl will talk quickly.
Oh, how about you, Tracy?
I have, it's funny because I look at my brothers, and one has been married to the same woman and has 5 kids, even adopting 2 of her kids, and they've been great. They will probably be married until one of them is gone. My other brother, on the other hand, I think has been married 4 or 5 times now, and he's doing the wife hopping thing. So I don't know. I think there's patterns everywhere. I think you sometimes you make a conscious choice, and sometimes you make an unconscious choice, you know.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Monique?
So for me, I'm the one who broke that cycle. Not my baby brother, my little brother got married before I did. And so I got to see all the chaos and drama that surrounded his wedding and dealing with my mom. And needless to say, when I got married, I protected and I still to this day protect my husband from my family, because, and my children too. Yeah, because we don't play that. Like all the chaos, the drama, the yelling, the screaming, the, you know, backstabbing and talking bad about, like, all of that. We don't do that. So when I got married, it was my dad, my 2 brothers, my sister-in-law, and her kids, and maybe like 2 cousins. Everybody else didn't even know I got married. So until afterwards, because I wanted to protect my peace, and it was about, you know, happiness and just me and my husband, and I did not want of that chaos from my family. So, yeah.
So where do you guys feel that you are at right now in your, like you said, always looking back is always 2020 because you're able to step back and take a look. So what you saw being younger, your choices, and then where you are now, do you feel like you accomplished the goal, or do you feel like things changed along the way and you still got some more to go? So tell me about how things shifted for you. Do you feel like you've accomplished a goal that you had in regards to how you viewed your mother as a mom, how you viewed your mother as a woman, and then how you view yourself?
Well, if you're talking about a goal when you were younger or as adult?
Yeah, younger, and then to here as an adult. Because
Well,
of course, when you're younger, you have an idea, but then life teaches you something else.
yeah, because of my skewed perception of where I was at, and my life turned out nowhere like it was an artist and everything else, living in New York and just I was a very liberal person. So, so I thank the Lord I'm not that. You know what I mean? But as a mother, the kind of mother I wanted to be, yes, because, having conversations with my daughter, even though I went through horrible times of depression and everything, she says I was a wonderful mom, that I sacrificed everything and gave that to them, that I was like my mom on that. And that's coming from my children, also from my son. Like, Mom, you were great. You were always there. You gave of everything, your time, whatever you were going to do, everything off your back, you always helped. To this day, I drive up to my daughter's to babysit. I'll be there once a month. I mean, she lives, 3.5 hours away. So I would say the person that, as a mom, yes, but goals in life, no, didn't turn out like I ever thought. But as a mother, yes. And because my daughter sees me as strong. And that's, what I wanted to be. So, yes. And so she's very strong. And my son has a fiance that is strong and wonderful. So he wound up finding a person like his mama, that's all good. Yeah.
Woohoo! How about you, Monique?
I would say yes. Like I said before, I strive to be the complete and total opposite of my mother. And as a woman, even through my mistakes and my mess ups, I have accomplished. I mean, of course, there's always room for self-improvement, but with the big picture, and especially in becoming a mother, I always knew I wanted kids and I loved kids, but there was a little part of me that was scared that because of the learned behavior and being in that environment with my mom, that I would end up being a mom like my mother to my kids. And thank God I had my dad to kind of guide me and show me the learned behavior that was irrational versus the rational behavior. And so to accomplish being a mother that says, I love you, that talks to your kids, I don't yell at them, or if I begin to raise my voice or yell or something, I have to check myself and go back and apologize to my kids. And I tell them, adults should not be So, or think that they can't go back and apologize to their kids because we mess up, and kids need to know, hey, adults aren't perfect. Moms and dads aren't perfect, So when I have, begin to little things that trigger that learned behavior and, Holy Spirit check, hey, that's not right. And I do something that isn't right or that my mom did to me, I go back and apologize. And so I would definitely say that I've accomplished what I wanted to in life. When I wanted to be successful in my career. That was all great. But what mattered to me was my family, and I wanted to be a good wife and a good mother. That to me is success. The job, the career, being smart and all that's extra. But to be able to raise a healthy family, healthy children, and try to keep them from being hurt, because hurt kids grow up to be hurt adults. And that's something that I said ever since my parents got divorced in high school. And I didn't want my kids to be hurt children, to have to go through the process of healing and everything growing up as an adult like I did. I wanted them to be whole and healthy into adulthood. Even the struggles that I have with my daughter now, because she's just like her mama, but at the end of the day, the struggles that we have, she knows that I got her back no matter what. Now I'm going to tell you, when you're wrong, you're wrong. But at the end of the day, she knows that if ain't nobody there for her, her mama's going to be there for her.
Gotcha. That must be crazy.
I think my biggest thing about having kids was that we never heard "I love you." No hugs, no positive reinforcement of anything. It was all negative. And that's what I did not want to be. And I worked really hard with my kids at lots of hugs, lots of I love yous, lots of, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be, fail, to whatever it is, that you didn't have to try to be perfect. And I think my daughter at 32 is finally coming around to getting it. But it's a long road to hoe. My son died at 15, and it affected her a lot. And but I think she's finally coming back around to realizing a lot of the things that I tried to teach her when she was younger. I'm hearing a lot of I should have listened. So hopefully.
Well, that is definitely a beautiful thing. I take a look at myself and like I said, when you are a kid and you're a vision, well, when I become a mom, I told them I'm not yelling at my kids. I'm not going to do this. I was yelling at my kids. Some of the same stuff my mother would say. Now, me and my brothers and sisters laugh about it now, because some of the stuff my mother would come up with her yelling at us would just be, the visuals would be enough to make you crack up. It's like, you keep cutting up. I'll snatch your arm off your body and beat you with it. It's just like, not that she was taking it to that level, but it's just like, if you don't shut up, and it's just like, but it makes you stop, like, what she just say? But I was like, not knowing and understanding my mom, why she did some of the stuff that and it was just like, she always had an attitude. But it wasn't until I got older that I was able to understand exactly what it is she was doing. So me and my brother and my sister were talking about, like, yeah, when mommy would come in the house and she would come in and she wouldn't even say nothing to us. She would just come in and she'd like, flip on the light. She'd go and pick up the phone and she'd start walking around, see if we did our chores, and, she'd open up the oven. And in our mind, we're thinking she's pissed at us, And she's just checking to make sure we did our chores, and we didn't do our chores because, we wasn't no latchkey kids. Well, we were latchkey kids, get home, get in the house, don't you let nobody in here, I don't care who it is, do your chores. And we couldn't go outside until she came home from work because she was a single parent, so she was working. So summer times was horrible for us. All our friends are outside. We couldn't go outside until my mom got home from work. Okay? So it's like, I'm not yelling at my kids. I'm going to make sure my kids going to get a chance to pick their own cereal. Hello, somebody. I was like, that's a big deal. I'm not getting no Kellogg's cornflakes no more.
Crunch with berries.
Yes, I want Fruit Loops. and I don't want no Fruity Loops.
Yeah, I want the Fruit Loops. Yeah, burn them up.
They're gonna have choices on what they want to eat, and so for me, and the big thing, like Monique said, apologizing. My mother never apologized. Apologize for what? Hold your breath and watch what happens. But that was also something that she wasn't brought up on. So when I had my kids, I was like, I'm going to give them choices. You're going to have a voice, and I want you to be able to come and talk to me. And so, and then, the wonderful things that my mom did as well as teaching us with the pink book. And so I didn't view my mom as a bad mom. I viewed her as an angry mom, as a mad mom. But then in hindsight, thinking about it, I'm like, dang, she was raising 4 kids. She had a very mouthy one that was always like giving her lip all the time. Like, I don't know why she was always on that way. But sure enough, that was me. And so it was just like, okay, she had to deal with so many persons, and she was only getting $63 a month for 3 kids from my father, because like I said, just the 3 from us. So, and here she was, I only remember us living in an apartment, maybe 2 apartments. Other than that, we were living in houses. And I remember moving out from one house, going to an apartment, and then moving back. Well, come to find out is that the rent went up $20. She couldn't afford that. So we had to move. But we stayed in the same city. And so it was just learning this stuff later on. And it was like, so when she was coming in, picking up the phone, she was making sure the utilities were still on. And the house that we lived in order to heat it, it was oil. So she would come and open up the basement door because that's where the oil furnace was down in the basement. And if she could hear that come on, and she knew, okay, the heat's on. But there were plenty of times we were coming downstairs fully clothed, hats, gloves, scarves, sitting at the table eating. And then I was a picky eater. So in my mind, I was just like, I'm not going to be anything like her. I'm going to do way better, this, that, and the third. Well, I call it the broken glass syndrome. And there were things that her mom didn't do that she made sure that she did with us, that she felt was wrong, that she wanted to fix. And I did the exact same thing. And I'm like, it wasn't whole in the first place. So I'm trying to fix what I felt like my mom did missing in me, trying to fix that with my kids. Well, the fact of the matter is that where there was lack at for me, it wasn't necessarily lack at for my kids. So yeah, they got a chance to pick their own cereal. And I did make it at a point every time they would get this long, and my oldest son talk about it now. He's like, oh my gosh, these long dissertations that we would get before we get a whooping. I'm like, listen, I need you to know why I'm giving you this corporal punishment, okay? And the reason why. And after we're done, you can go ahead and cry, but we're going to hug it out. I'm going to give you a hug, tell you I love you. And let's just be done with it. And if I was wrong, I would go and apologize to him. And so it's great hearing him now being an adult, and he's just like, being criticized, for my parenting, from the other person. It's like, you're just not a good mom. And it's just like, but hearing it from my son and him saying like, Ma, you got to stop allowing that to play over in your head. He was like, you a great mom. He was like, if anything, what I do remember when we went through our rough patch and, I got kicked out, you were the only one that reached out to me. You were the only one. And it was just like, he was like, whoa. So it was like, so I wasn't as bad as I thought I was, which is good. And so for me, I feel like, even now, I have a strange relationship with my youngest children. But I'm believing for God to go ahead and restore that relationship.
He will. Yep.
Yes. And so I'm like, okay, just working through that. What does that look like? And I'm like, I'm going to continue to be who I have been, which is respecting their space, giving them space, and allowing them to have a voice. And I'm like, and that's not anything different than I have been doing with them since they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal, what do you want? And my mother would say all the time, you give them kids too many choices. You want grits, you want oatmeal, you want pancakes. You just need to do one thing. And I'm like, no, that was the way you did it. But I'm not going to do that. I want them to have choices because I didn't feel like I had a voice and I didn't feel like I had a choice. So I wanted to give that to my kids. Now, I can't say that always worked out for the best. But at the same time, I still feel like I did accomplish that part. And so taking a look at my mom now and my family history I have very, very strong women in my family. They just go, and go. But I really didn't see too much of the modeling of the soft and of the feminine. And it was just like, what does that look like? What does submission look like? And can you be strong and submissive at the same time? And so look, we done got deep, didn't we? Can you be strong and submissive at the same time? I know I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I was doing a whole lot of talking, jeez. But at the same time, the conversation does kind of lend to that. And so I'm excited about the conversation. Of course, there's more to be had. One of our guests did not get an opportunity to make it onto the show, but she actually will be on for next week's show. Okay, part 4. And she is hailing from Africa. Yes, because like I said, I wanted to have a multicultural panel input of what is a strong Black woman, what is a strong woman, and who was the model, and what does that actually look like? Because there's nothing wrong with being interdependent, okay? Nothing wrong with being interdependent. We are resilient. I'm a bounce backer. I'm a stand strong footer, okay? I can do it by myself. Heck, I've been doing it by myself, okay? I was doing it by myself when it was just me and my oldest. I was doing it. God was helping me do it. And so yet and still, even now, different season, but he's still doing it, okay? And so learning how to be that soft, learning how to be that feminine. I'm finding power in submission. It used to be a cuss word. It ain't no more. But we're going to go ahead and make sure that we pick it up come next week so we can go ahead and hear what Leah has to say and exactly what that mindset is, because Monique had mentioned about, the view of women from Africa. So if there are any African women that want to be able to chime in too outside of Pastor Leah, I look forward to being able to hear much from you guys. So thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I totally do appreciate it. Let's see. I was tagging a whole bunch of people, as you can see over here in the comment section. I was like, tag them. So, of course, I want to thank my cousins, my girl cousins, for tagging in. The 2 sisters, my cousin Shalyn and my cousin Shannon. And y'all do what you do, baby. Oh, yeah. So thanks so much for tuning in, cousins. I really do appreciate it. I just want to say thank y'all. Okay, I want to make sure I wasn't missing nobody. Thanks so much, Miss Sister Sweeney. Hey, how you doing, darling? Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm over here looking to make sure I ain't missing nobody. Okay, because I tag folks in. Okay, and Deanne, hey Deanne, girl, combo was good, child. And we gonna mash it up some more. And so I'm so much looking forward to. Oh, there go my cousin. What she say? Much love. Yes, girl. Yes. Okay, y'all. So make sure that you tune in. Like I said, over on TikTok, your girl done reached over 1,000. I went to bed at 875. I woke up at 1,090, baby. And the numbers throughout the day have steadily been rising and rising and rising. Yes. So there is going to be what they call over there a blessing, but what we actually call drawing over there. Okay. So these are some coasters that I got going on over here. Okay. It's going to be a set of 4. Okay. So my African lady, she pretty. Ooh, she pretty. And then these chargers. So it'll be these 2. And then obviously 2 of her. Okay. So that's going to be one set of a blessing. And then the other drawing, my bad, was upside down. is going to be this dual color set of Dominoes. The case is free, but you do got to pay for the Dominoes. Okay, all right. So when you order on Jersey Girl Cozy-Niche.com, so this is what the back of it looks like. Now, if you want to be able to get your very own custom set of Dominoes with your favorite team call out, all you got to do is go on the website and find out. So these on the website are called Who Dat Nation. If you love the Philadelphia Eagles, well, you already know what your team call out is. And of course, the New York Giants, that's the G-Men, baby. Okay, so you can go ahead on over to jerseygirl-cozy-niche.com to go ahead and pick up and purchase. I'm having some sales because of Christmas. You want to go ahead and jump in as soon as you can. There's going to be some new stuff going on. So you guys make sure that you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell on the YouTube channel. So then that way you can be notified every time I go live and all the other stuff that's about to be coming up over on that page too. Just saying. And I will see you guys later. Bye. It up for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. Make sure that you hit that bell, the notification bell, so that way you can be notified every single time I go live or upload a new video. Because the YouTube channel is where you get your steak, potatoes, desserts, and drinks, baby.